The fate of a little boy trapped in the secret chamber of an old tomb has been a matter of grave concern at Collinwood. Now that the boy has been found, there is the feeling that the crisis has passed. But in fact, it has not. As the sun goes down, the little boy's life is still in jeopardy. For at the old house on the Collinwood estate, there is one who fears that the boy has learned his dark and evil secret.
As usual, Doctor, your timing is regrettable.
Where are you going?
I have some urgent business to do.
May I ask what business?
I've been thinking about Cousin David ever since I found him in the mausoleum last night. I'm afraid he knows more than what is good for him.
Barnabas. You'll be making a great mistake if you harm David.
I'm not going to harm him. Yet.
What do you mean, yet?
I know a way of proving whether or not David knows anything about me. And I'm going after that proof now. If he doesn't know anything, he will be spared. If he does, I'm afraid little David will have to die.
How can you possibly prove whether David knows anything?
I told you I have a way.
Well, what is it?
That I'm not going to tell you.
Well, why not?
Because I want no interference from anyone. Least of all you.
But I wouldn't interfere.
I'm sure you wouldn't if I were to find out that he knows nothing. But if I find out that he knows too much, I'd probably have more trouble with you than I would with him.
Frankly, I think you're wasting your time.
Unfortunately, what you think is irrelevant at the moment. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must be on my way.
Barnabas, I saw David today and talked to him briefly. And my guess is that he knows nothing.
I'm not interested in guesswork, Doctor. I am interested in the facts only.
It seems to me that the only way you can prove whether David knows anything or not is by talking to David himself.
I did that last night when I found him.
Oh, and what did he tell you?
Well, my impression was that from everything he said, he was lying. I'm now going to make sure of that. So if you will kindly step out of my way...
Barnabas.
Get out of my way, Doctor. Thank you.
Dave, I thought you'd never get here.
I'm sorry, my waiting room was full of patients, Sam. You sounded frantic on the phone. What's the matter? Is Maggie sick?
No. As a matter of fact, she's not even here. Joe took her out for the night.
What's the emergency?
Well, you know David was found last night.
Yeah. Burke Devlin called me, told me about it this afternoon.
Well, Barnabas found him coming out of the Collins mausoleum. You know, Dave, I've been thinking about it all day. And there are a lot of little pieces about that I can't piece together. Now, I'm convinced that the maniac who kidnapped Maggie has something to do with the mausoleum.
Why?
Because once Maggie was found there when she had been missing.
Well, it's an interesting coincidence, Sam, but it probably isn't anything more.
No. It's got to be more than a coincidence. There's got to be some reason why two people who were missing in the same short space of time showed up at the same place.
Sam, if there is a reason, I'm at a loss to say what it is.
So am I. Oh, there's more. The other day, David said there was a secret place where his little friend Sarah would be.
And you think that secret place is the Collins Mausoleum?
Well, it must be.
Seems to me that the last place in the world a kid would want to play would be a mausoleum. Would any kid would be scared to death to go into a place like that?
No. From what we know of that Sarah, now, she doesn't seem like just any kid, does she?
No, she doesn't.
And then, yesterday afternoon, the old caretaker at the cemetery, he told Roger and Joe that he heard voices coming from inside the mausoleum.
Voices?
Yes. He said they were ghosts, but maybe they weren't. Maybe it was the voice of David that he heard. Yeah, I think we ought to go up there and take a look into it.
But how?
I think we ought to go and examine that mausoleum from top to bottom.
Well, I suppose we wouldn't stand to lose anything. Let's see. Tomorrow, I don't have any patients after,
No. I don't want to do it tomorrow. I want to do it now.
Now? Sam, it's well after dark.
I don't care. I want to go up there now. I've got to satisfy my curiosity. What's going on in there?
Look,
now, will you come along with me?
You and I have no business nosing around that cemetery at night.
I think that at night is the only time to examine that place. That seems to be the time when things happen out there. Well, you don't have to come with me if you don't want to.
Well, I'm not going to let you go out there alone.
Whether you come with me or not, I'll, take this with me.
What are you talking about?
Well, I, just think I might take this along. In case then I run into any atmosphere that's unfriendly. Who is it? Who's there?
I don't see why all this couldn't have waited until tomorrow, Sam.
Well, there's still time to turn back if you want to.
No, I've come this far.
Don't worry, Dave. I used to be a pretty good shot with one of these things. This'll take care of anything.
I wish you would stop handling that thing unless it's absolutely necessary, which I hope it isn't. Now, where's the mausoleum from here?
Well, it's got a good walk ahead of us. It's all the way over on the other side of the cemetery.
Is there any easier way than this?
Well, I'm afraid not. The mausoleum was, like everything else, was built by the Collins family. It stands apart. It's isolated from the other graves.
Must be a cemetery entrance closer than this.
No, all the other entrances were closed up years ago.
Look, let's get a move on if we want to get home before morning. Something tells me that this is not going to be our night.
Dr. Hoffman,
Good evening again, Barnabas.
your curiosity is insufferable.
I had to know what you were up to.
I sensed someone was following me. I might have known it would be you.
I thought I knew all your secrets, but apparently there's one here in the mausoleum that you never told me about.
I would advise you to go back to Collinwood at once.
What for?
For your own good, Doctor.
No. I'm here now, and I don't intend to leave until I find out why you've come here.
If you insist upon testing my patience, you may never leave here at all. In fact, you may stay here permanently along with...
Along with whom?
Never mind. Just get out.
Barnabas, the experiments have been going too well. I don't think you'll do anything rash with me. Now, why are you here?
That's none of your business.
I've already made it my business. Now, you said you intended to find some proof that David knew about you. You expect to find that proof here?
When I came into your room that night to kill you, I should have gone through with it.
But you didn't. And you won't now. You've shared all your other secrets with me, Barnabas. You have no choice but to share this one, too.
How much further is it?
It'll just be a couple more minutes.
Let's get a move on, Sam. That storm's gonna break any minute.
Hold it. Hold it.
What's the matter?
Someone's coming. Oh, I can't see who it is, but be able to make it out in a minute.
Who are you? What do you want of me?
Who are you? What are you doing out here alone at this time of night?
I'm the keeper of the cemetery archives. I'm on my way home.
You always work this late?
I keep no special hours. I often work until after dark. Now, may I ask who you are?
Name is Sam Evans. This is Dr. Woodard. I'm sorry I startled you.
You're trying to get out of the cemetery. You're going in the wrong direction. All the gates on this side are closed.
Well, we don't want to get out. We're heading for the Collins Mausoleum.
Collins Mausoleum. There are ghosts there.
How do you know?
I've heard them.
But you haven't seen them.
No, they never appeared.
How do you know that what you heard were ghosts?
Because I know there is a curse on the Collins family tomb. It was written in the family journal kept by old Joshua Collins. On the day before he died, he wrote that the tomb would be forever cursed.
He say why?
He gave no reason, but the curse is real. The dead have always been restless there.
Well, we have reason to believe that someone else beside the dead has been using that mausoleum lately.
Using it? For what?
I don't know, but that's what we want to find out when we get there.
And on the day I was discovered, chains were wrapped around my coffin, and I thought I was imprisoned forever.
Where is that coffin now?
Here in the family tomb.
Here? But there are only 3 coffins of the Collins family here.
Here is the tomb you were so anxious to learn about. And for over 100 years, I lay trapped here, in this room. But for Willie, I might have stayed here through all eternity.
And in all those years, no one ever found out about this room. That's astonishing.
I suspect that someone besides you, Willie, and myself has found it. And that's why I came here tonight.
You mean David?
Precisely.
What are you doing?
Looking for the evidence I need.
I don't think you'll find it.
You're wrong, Doctor. Look at this.
It's a small pocket knife.
Yes, and the blade has been broken. Perhaps by a little boy who tried to use this knife to pry open the panel.
Well, you have no way of knowing that it was David.
I know all I need to know, Doctor. I know little David was in this room and he knows all about me. And I must see to it that he never tells anyone.
I still think that pocket knife could belong to anyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be David.
You're entitled to your own opinion, Doctor.
Oh, this is the Collins Mausoleum.
Someone's outside.
Ever been in this place before, Sam?
No.
Sam Evans and Dave Woodard.
Quiet.
What are they doing here?
Hasn't it occurred to you that I might be right? That David has told them everything he knows?
Now, come on, let's have a look around, Dave.
If we know it, we have some idea what to look for. Nothing to look at, just 3 coffins and 4 stone walls.
But there's got to be more here than that, Dave. There's got to be. Got to be some reason for Maggie coming up here, and then David, too.
Grant that. Where do we begin to look?
I don't know.
Sam, give me that flashlight. These nameplates up here. Sam, look at this one.
Well, what about it?
Sarah.
Sarah Collins.
What did you think of? What was the first thing you thought when you looked at that?
The little girl that we've been looking for.
Exactly.
Her first name was Sarah, too.
Exactly. Maybe that caretaker isn't as balmy as he seemed.
What are you talking about?
Little Sarah that we've been searching for has a handmade doll, 150 years old. Everyone who's seen her, including yourself, has described her manner as very quaint, remember? Her clothes, her dress, very old-fashioned. When David went out to find her, and then got lost the other day, he was found here. Now, either all of this is an amazing series of coincidences, or
what?
little Sarah really is a ghost.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.